Welcome to Inside EMS, your gateway to the extraordinary mission of EMS, where stories of faith and action come to life. From bustling cities to the most remote villages, join us as we journey alongside our dedicated missionaries, witnessing the transformative power of their work. Allow us bring you face to face with the victories and challenges of our mission field. Step into a world where hope meets action and faith changes lives. This is Inside EMS. Hello there and welcome to Inside EMS. I am super excited to have you join us on today's episode. My name is Second Samchi Kesher, guiding you through profound stories, faith-driven initiatives, and the remarkable impact EMS is forging in our communities and in the world at large. Today we have an amazing couple, a missionary couple with us, and they are our guests on today's episode of Inside EMS. But before we get to meet them, let's embark on this break. We'll be right back. Imagine a community where clean water is a luxury. Children walk miles to fetch water that isn't even safe to drink. EMS of Equa changes their story. We drill wells and boreholes and distribute water filters, turning the dreams of safe, clean drinking water into a reality. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned to Inside EMS, where we take you through deep, inspiring stories. Our guest today, Reverend and Mrs. Bulus Abugapo. They're Nigerians but EMS missionaries in the Gambia, and they are here to share their stories with us. Let's get to meet them. Hello, sir. Hello, ma.
Thank you.
Welcome to Inside EMS.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have you grace our seats.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you please introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from and how you found yourself in the Gambia?
Thank God for the privilege meeting you. My name is Reverend Bulus A. Paul, and my wife's name is
Esther Bulus Abga.
We are Nigerians from Chibok local government in Borno State. We are currently as missionaries serving with EMS of Equa in the Gambia.
Okay, so how did you find yourselves in the Gambia?
Yeah, God brought us into Gambia,
Okay.
Through EMS of Equa. We are transferred from city ministries to serve as missionaries in the cross-border mission field in the Gambia.
Okay, is this your first cross-border country?
Yeah, this is not my first cross-border country because I served as well in Niger Republic with the Gideon Brigade, reaching out to people, church planting, evangelism in Niger Republic, also reaching out as well to evangelism and church planting in Cameroon.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you left Nigeria and you went to the Gambian field, what were you expecting? Did you have any expectations of what to meet there and all that? Being used to Nigeria, I know that you must, when you got to the Gambian field, you must have experienced quite a number of culture shocks. Probably some things you're used to seeing in Nigeria that is common, and you have gone to the Gambian field and it's not common. What's the lingua franca in Gambia?
Yeah, the Gambia as a nation, they are colonized by the England, just like Nigeria.
Okay, so it's an English-speaking country.
Yes, an English-speaking
So
country.
that makes it easier.
Yeah, that makes it easier for me to begin to learn how to speak either French or Portuguese.
Oh.
So since they are Nigeria, they are also English-speaking.
Yes.
The language, I think, is very easy to flow with them.
Okay, so what about other cultural differences, food, adjusting, and all that?
Yeah, the Gambia as a nation, indeed, they are highly welcoming people. Yeah, even though it's a Muslim-dominant country,
Oh, wow.
but they are not fanatic, but are adamant, and they are also reception to visitors. They will welcome people. In fact, some of the culture shock we are having before leaving is that this, from the awareness we got from the head office of EMS of Equa, that being a Muslim-dominant country, I know. Me coming from Borno State,
Yes.
also is a Borno State
Yes.
is a Muslim dominant state in the Nigeria. So I'm fully aware and fully ready to see, the experience of Borno State, Muslim dominant state, and as well Muslim dominant country there. Yeah, so I know the human will be different, approach will be different, but to the glory of God, the Islam there, they are not fanatic, they are receptive. Yes, though adamant to accept the gospel. Yeah, in fact, the words welcome, the Muslims are the one who even welcome us. When we passed to the pastorium, they came and gave us, food, plates. They welcome us and they are happy to see that we are living inside the pastorium. Because we are the first missionaries to live inside the pastorium at the Ekwa Westfield, which is the headquarters church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ma, how about your experience?
So we really appreciate that because the issue of, let me talk about the issue of the food. Because yes.
Well, that is your.
Yeah. The issue of the food there, I think their common food, they call it benechin.
Okay.
Benechin, which is in English is jollof rice.
Oh.
But it's not that kind of the jollof rice that
we're used to here.
We are used to eat. Because that one with cabbage, big cabbage and carrot.
A lot of things.
And sour leaf and okra and everything here.
Okra in the jollof.
And they will fresh it. So
Cassava leaf.
it is not easy.
Wow.
But we are learning gradually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so let's bring it down now to the main reason why you went to the Gambian field. How has the experience been? Some of the things you met, the challenges, and how you've been trying to navigate through it.
So, to the glory of God, for God to send someone, he must have been called.
Yes.
And for you to be called by God to go into mission, God must have informed you on what to do and how to go about it and the strategies to apply. When we are contacted from the leadership of EMS of Ekwa about the Gambian field, we felt God, direction also calling us to go. Where we don't know, but God used the leadership to reveal to us the next place where God wants us to go and serve. So before we living here, we heard God clearly, because we as a family at the beginning of every year, we normally take 12 days to fast and pray, which that at the beginning of the year, that's from January 1st to January 12th of every year. And as a church as well, where we are pastoring before, Ekwa Millionaires Quarters, life here. So, which every of these 12 days represent 1 month. Now, but when this call came for us to go for cross-border mission, the Lord laid in our heart to embark on 40 days prayer and fasting. And He told me clearly, He, Christ Himself, for the task ahead, He waited for 40 days. Moses, for the greater assignment, he waited for 40 days. And as well, I also heard God said, embark on 40 days for the assignment I have for you and my family there in the Gambia. And we waited upon God for that. In that period of waiting, God gave us the strategy how to start. Now, it was unfolded to us on the 14th of February to start with 5 strategies that we can use to revive Ekwa the Gambia and as a missionary with my wife. Which one is reviving the Ekwa the Gambia field through revival program. Number 2, church planting, evangelism, and outreaches. Reaching out to communities where Ekwas or churches are not found, reviving the churches that are there, and in the evangelism, one-to-one evangelism, because Muslim evangelism is quite different with
from
tribal or traditional or cultural certain people. So the evangelism is one-to-one evangelism. Then number 2, organizing of seminar in order to get the members, leadership of the church to organize seminar to help create awareness about what Gambia Ekwa is and the bylaws of Ekwa, the constitution. for the leaders, with the pastors, and strategic leadership in the land that have to do with ECWA churches in the Gambia. Then the next one, it is upholding ECWA policy, constitutions, and bylaws in the land. And as well, the next one, it is putting eternity first to be a priority. Those are the 5 strategies that God laid in my heart to use in reviving ECWA the Gambia and taking it to where God wanted us to. And that is what we are doing. And so far, we've started putting them on work, and we have seen the hand of God.
Okay, so in meeting up in trying to achieve these strategies, I'm sure you must have met a lot of challenges, challenges, and maybe there is a point where you feel as if it's not working, and then you must have hit a rock, and like all odds are just not in your favor. I'm sure that you must have gotten to that point some days and you would say, God, why? But okay, please share some of those experiences with us.
Yeah, indeed, you cannot do missions without challenges. Challenges are also meant to steer us up,
yes,
in order
absolutely.
to set us up to do more. And as a missionary, I'm not much liking to share bad story of the missions, because to me it's like giving glory to Satan. He succeeded too. But I like to share testimony of what God do, so that His name will be glorified.
Yes, absolutely.
Like in the Gambia, the first program as a country coordinator we organize, these 5 strategies, it is to organize a seminar. Why starting with the seminar? We are new in the country. I don't even know the men fellowship leaders, women fellowship leaders. I don't even know the pastors. So I need to start from there. So we started with the pastors. So we call the pastors, we call the agency leader, we have a seminar. So God has helped us. We're able to brainstorm some things, we're able to know each other. And after the seminar, the next thing is to constitute elders in the church, which is the headquarters church. And the headquarters church, it is in ECWA, that's the ECWA Westfield. Because at the time we went, there are no elders in the church, even almost all the churches. So we constituted elders in the church, so that will help us to have people that we can work with, because ECWA works together with people. Yeah, so constitute elders in the church. And after constituting elders in the church, now going back as well to the aspect of the schools as a way of reaching out to the Gambians through education. Yes, to capture the next generation Gambians with the love of our Lord Jesus Christ. So stabilizing the school, and also meeting some needs, because at the time we went, we met 3 schools, the ECWA Brikama, ECWA Olindu, and also ECWA Bara.
Okay, let me come to you, Ma. The church, I know that mostly anywhere you go to, not just in the Gambia, even in Nigeria, you see that the population of women is usually more than that of the men. And I know that keep a church and take away all the women and leave only the men, I think that the church will hardly thrive. So that means goes to say that women have a big role to play in the church and in the gospel and all that. How is the women wing of the church?
Well, we thank God, because yes, I think you have asked a question. It is not a good experience where we landed to the land of Gambia, but we just encourage ourselves. We thank God because we have seen that experience at the beginning. Because at the end of it, we will return thanks unto the Lord.
Absolutely.
So that gives us encouragement, because yes, there are women in the church, but I have never met with them to have a fellowship as a women fellowship, because the church have already, the women have scattered and some of the things. So we are trying like for as a fellowship, as a women fellowship, to have our program as in Bible study. We are yet to start it, but as a singing group, and on Sunday we normally took SS&S with a few women who are around. So we are increasing day by day to just sing. So before our arrival to Nigeria for this conference, we met with them, about almost 8 of us, that we are about to start the fellowship again, to revive the fellowship again. And I believe before maybe I go back, I will see them doing well.
Yes.
And that is my own prayer. So I want you to pray, because they say the women, they are the backbone of the church.
Yes.
Just you have said earlier. So that we will support the church. Before then, and at times, maybe before we started having the fellowship, like Bible study, you will see in Nigeria, we see plenty people and the rest of it.
Yeah.
But you went there, you will see only you and your husband and your 2 kids. You start Bible study.
Yeah.
Before, you will see some people coming. Maybe you will take maybe 2 or 20 minutes and to 30 minutes before you see some people are coming or 10 minutes. So it is not a good experience where that you have been meeting with plenty women,
20 people, yes.
plenty men and youth, and you have fellowship, you see. So it is not easy. I say, God, help us. And I believe, I know, as a missionary, you experience such things in some places like that.
It's like they have not experienced the sweetness of Matan
Oh,
Zumunta.
I'm telling
Like
you.
if Matan Zumunta do that kiddie.
So they don't have that experience. Well, but we give God the glory.